Welcome back, you guys. Jules for 211 coming at you with another video. This video is an interesting video. I have done one like I think 9 months ago or something like that, and I had a lot of views. I think it has a little over 1,000 for the small channel that I have. Is pretty good, and I had a lot of dislikes and likes, which is good for me, because people watched it. The reason why a lot of people hate the tier list that I make over other people is because they don't like the fact that every deck is weak. Because people want me to lie and tell them the deck that they have is the best, but it's a lie. You have a lot of people like, for example, Loza. He does roast videos on decks and whatever. But he never thought that somebody could roast them too. Like, it depends on what you say that determines whether your deck sucks or not. Like, if the person that plays his own deck says it sucks, guess what? So, this is gonna be overall YouTube people. I'm gonna be doing a tier list for individual players later. So if you want to make it onto the tier list, you have to go through 2 negations per turn, including your 5 cards. So I believe I have the top. It's 8 negations. I have 3 videos. I have 8 negations on my channel, and I still won. But to be nice to people, we're gonna start off with 2 negations. So if you want to make it onto my next tier list of duelists, like how good Dark Magician players, I'm gonna be covering somewhere around 15 to 20 famous YouTubers. And if you want to make it onto the list, make sure that I already know everyone, but if you're an individual person, if you're not famous, as long as you have a video that shows you going through where did it go? Well, I don't know where it went, but it was supposed to have the little floater. But we're gonna leave it like that for now. But basically, you're gonna have to be able to go through 2 negations per turn. So if you're able to do that, even with your 5 cards that you draw, you qualify for a tier. If you're not able to even go past 2, you don't qualify. You're considered a trash duelist. So it's not based on my opinion. It's not based on what I feel. It's based on the facts. It's it's similar to like I know I say it a lot, but it is the real truth, man. Like, if you've never donated nothing for free, that's definitely an indicator that you're poor. So it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm attacking the poor. I'm just letting you know, like, sometimes people have never told you the truth. So that's how I can tell if people are successful, based on their donation of free time and free money, free cards, free whatever, but they give free because there's nothing else to do. What are we supposed to do? You already accomplished, right? There's nothing to do. You're at the top of the food chain in terms of financially. So basically, for Yu-Gi-Oh, if you want to make it into the list, make sure that you send me in the comments a link to your channel with the video that at least you went through 2 negations, and after that you'll be included in the tier. So I'll be making that in some days, but today is the tier list war format. So there is no such thing like this on YouTube. No one's done this, so I'll be the first one to do it. The reason why a lot of the things that I do are the first ones are because I know Dark Magician better than other people. So they think they know Dark Magician, but thinking is not actually knowing. It's different. How can you tell? Because when they challenge me, they have to provide the proof, and in their channel they have none. And mine, every day I accumulate more and more and more and more until I have enough to throw away. And that's why I teach the students and they become successful. So, and it's not like I'm teaching people that know. I'm teaching people from scratch. They don't know nothing. And they become master dark magician players. No excuses, no crybabies, no what if the card said this, no nothing, just results, period. So we're gonna go off the list. So basically we have here, we're gonna do So these are the ones that we have. So basically, we have at the very bottom the Rogue. It's like meta. The only thing that the Rogue doesn't have the expensive cards because it's the people who are financially troubled, so they can't afford the expensive cards. So after that, we have at the top we have the meta trash. This is like 98% of the whole world is there. So the chances are extremely high that if you're watching this video, you're there, you're trash. So the only way to escape it is if you fall under the category of the decks that I post there. So the first one we're gonna look at in the list. Go in here. The meta dark magician that everyone has. The chances are, I would say, close to 100% that if you're watching this video, your deck is trash, and it's because you copied somebody else's deck. That's why. But you can't blame the person. It's your fault too. So it's like the old saying: if they jumped out of a bridge, would you jump out of the bridge too? So if you have hand traps in your dark magician deck currently, because from May 2021 up till now, the dark magician decks, the hand traps are not enough no more. They used to be in the past, not enough. Hand traps work well in a lot of different decks, but in dark magician they don't. So they did good when the meta and the decks weren't as fast. But right now, with it being so advanced and reaching tier zeros, there's like a lot more tier 0 decks. I can think of like 13, 15 different tier 0s, where before there was only maybe 2, 3 formats. A lot of decks are broken now. If you play the dark magician, similar to like the one that a lot of players play, what does it consist of? Hand traps and then turbo dragoon. So basically, these are the people that when the anaconda got hit, they became ghosts for 2 months. All the famous YouTubers had that issue, right? If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. I'll send you the link to all the thousands of YouTubers, and I'm not talking about small channels like mine. I'm talking about the mega channels. They all left dark magician. So one person that I thought was actually bad is actually a good dark magician player. His name is Sam from Teen Samurai. So for 2-3 years, I kept telling them to remove the hand traps, And there's a video where he removed the hand traps, and I'm in the comments. I always tell him on all the videos he posts. And when he removed the hand traps, he won the locals, just like I said. And then he's learned that. So then, people who listen to advice and you get results, it's that simple. So the problem with the Dark Mission community is like everything else. What's popular is what rules. But the problem is what's popular is not always what's best. What's popular just means everyone's doing it. It's common, like the poor. So then what's really hard to find is uniqueness and thinking outside of the box. And people don't know your format, so they're guessing everything. So you catch them for surprise. Though I did show a certain specific person on my channel my format, and he got second place at his locals, and he had never gotten that high. So he was very happy. And I told him if you would have known how to play the deck, you would have made it to first. So the thing is, so yeah, the decks that play Turbo Dragoon, like 3 revs, and everything is about bringing out Dragoon. And the only other card that they have to combine with it is the hand traps. Those are all trash decks. That's why they can't win their locals. That's why their decks change every 7 days. That's why their content is not good. They just talk a lot. But people love them for the popularity, but they don't love them because they're good Dark Mission players. All of those guys come to my channel and I kill them easy. I don't even play all my cards. I keep all my cards in my hand. They're weaklings, like Kaiba says, worthless, bottom of the barrel. And obviously, I would consider these formats lower, like in Rogue, but I didn't want to cover Rogue in this video, just like the famous formats. So another format that I believe that is totally broken, that I started the format 3 years ago, and a lot of people copied me, and a lot of people got second place, and it was easy. They just lost the specific decks, but it was only because they didn't side deck. A lot of people forget the side deck. So I had 3 of my friends that went to regionals, and they only made it top 30. They were all playing Dark Mission decks, and it was all the same thing. Nobody sided the right cards like I told them. So yeah, Dark Magician Invoked, if you know how to play it right. I have a variation of it. My deck, a lot of people that I give the format to, they get second place, but it needs a little bit more push. I believe that it can, but people need to know how to play it correctly. So the deck can start with the 5 and it can draw 50% of the deck, and through there it opens multiple combos, but people don't know how to play it, so they get stuck, you know. It's able to go to 3 to 4 negates. It's the deck that you see me killing everything with. The regionals first place, nationals first place, all the challenges, tier 0 decks. This is the deck. So why don't I bump it up to tier 0? Because I have 2 different formats that are tier 0. This one's not my best deck. This is just a deck that I created for people to play with. So yeah, definitely, if you've ever played a Dark Mission Invoked, you know what I'm talking about. When you play the right cards and you play the right sequence, it can go through 2 to 3 negates per turn and establish 2 to 3 and even 4 negates per turn. So yeah, this deck is definitely broken. Channels that I've seen play a variation. I believe it was one of my favorite YouTubers. I've been collabing with him for a long time. Dark Paladin 19. So he's definitely a person you want to follow. He knows how to play Dark Mission, and in his channel he has a max of going through 3 negations per turn, so he definitely knows how to play. He's not a phony. Yeah, so Dark Mission Invoked is definitely a tier 1 style. There's basically, you can now everything, and let's say people have concerns or they don't believe me. Okay, come to my channel. If you can think of a deck, all of the ones you're scared of, they're trash to me. the undefeated first place nationals, all of them, the regionals, all of them are trash to me. So the question is how with this deck. I kill them with this deck. You want to see it in action? See it in action. You can't play your spells, it doesn't affect me. Kaijus doesn't affect me. Dragoon doesn't affect me. Hand traps, I'm not affected. Feather, I'm not affected. Lightning Storm, I'm not affected. I'm playing against Despia, this, Sundariz, you name it. All the lockdowns, I'm not affected by any of them. Come to my video and check it out. So yeah, this deck is broken, and like I said, I can't put it in tier 0 because I have more powerful decks than this. So Dark Magician, of course. Then another format, before we go on to that one, you know, the Alistair. The Alistair is actually a budget style. I created it for dirt cheap. I just took out the Dragoon and I made it for someone. But then I added Dragoon to up the game, and that's how it was created. I made it for a guy named Lenny, and then everybody else started using it. My close friend here at Locals, he got second place. He loves it. He said it was broken. He had never played a version like that. And a lot of people that try my deck tell me, but it's not my fault if you don't know how to play. It's not the deck's problem. It's the duelist problem. So the one on tier 0 are the regionals top 10. So this deck reached pretty high. This specific deck, I think it was top 20 several times. So it's a module 10,000 hands fused together with the Dark Magician. So if you've never heard of it, you can type it in on YouTube and it'll show up. I think it was like top 30, top 20, but multiple times it showed up. And then this version's been winning the local still. So it's a budget YCS format. So what does that mean? They don't play trash cards, no hand traps. And that's something that you're gonna notice. Even the tier 1, my style, no hand traps also. And my decks were not created 6 months ago. They've been active for 3 or 4 years. They're old. It's just that's how much people suck. They don't know how to play Dark Nation. So yeah, this deck is super hot. You could check it out. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. I can send you the link. But it is a Dark Magician hyper budget version. That's beautiful. It's hyper budget, but it kills everything. So it's already proven itself at regionals. It's proven itself at local. Till this day, I've seen some locals won with this version. Yeah, so if you want to check out the deck is pure Dark Magician, but then it mixes together with the module. And we can talk about discussing the combos and everything that deck does in another video. But yeah, you want to check this one out. The next one is the Dark Magician Evoked Dogmatica. So escape my mind. So it's sometimes it's a 3, sometimes it's a 4 type engine because they include something else. But basically, this one is a Dark Magician, Dogmatica, and then it has Shaddoll in it. So this is a variation of this one here on the top. So what's the reason why I didn't put it? Because this one doesn't carry the module of the 10,000, and it also doesn't carry another card that I'm going to introduce later. All it is a Dogmatica, Shaddoll, Dark Magician, that's it. So if you know how to play it, this one is similar to my version. So it has several engines, and then it has a max of like 4 to 5 negates. Mine beats it because I'm at 6, but this one is good still, and it plays no hand traps. When you play hand traps, it goes down, and that's why you don't see it winning the locals, but when you see the pure one, it does. And it's doing pretty good. I've never played the version because I don't need it. I already, with this deck right here, I'm beating all the decks. Oops. With the Dark Mission Invoke, there's no deck that can beat me. I have the proof. Even 8 negations, so I don't need to play another version. Why? So they say if it's not fixing, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But yeah, this one, I would consider it. People who play this version, Dark Island 19 also plays this version. You might want to go check him out. He plays both of the versions that I like. And then, what is another deck? Another deck here is the Dark Magician Branded. So the Dark Magician community actually categorizes it here. They consider it trash. But I disagree. I believe that the deck is just as trash as everybody else's Dark Magician deck. They don't know that though. But like 99.9% of Dark Magician players play the hand trap trash Dark Magician deck that sucks. And the branded is right there with them. They're just the same. They're not any good. So I'm going to fix the branded Dark Magician deck. And I honestly believe that this version can go in tier 1. How do I know? Because I played the deck extensively, maybe around 60, 70 duels. And I was winning a consistent 70%. And if I were to be honest, sometimes it was doing 90%. Most of my duels I was winning, but then some other times it would lose a few times in a row. So when you average it out, it was doing somewhere around 70% win rate. So the best it did was 9 out of 10 of the singles, and then the matches it won 5 out of 6. But then, like I said, other times it just won twice, 2 matches, lost everything else. And there was some other times where on the cinco, it was doing 50%. So you see what I mean? Even though sometimes it was almost undefeated, other times it would lose. So it's not as consistent. So that's why I'm still working on the deck to finish it. I haven't had time to work on it. I did it because someone requested it 2 months ago and I did it. And that's the format I have, but it's not good enough. So I need to go back, revisit it, and change it. If you want to go through the actual fact, Dark Mission Branded is actually meta trash. So everybody has these decks. I know 100% sure if you play Dark Mission, you probably had these 2 decks. I already know. So they're trash. That's why you can never win. That's why your channel sucks. That's why you're not able to go through 2 negations. And the 2 negations doesn't mean you're good. That's just the standard. That's how bad people are with Dark Magician. The other version of the deck is Herald of Ultimateness. This version also did top 10 at regionals, and it was doing it several times. It appeared, and then it was winning some locals. This deck is considered a super expensive deck, so basically it's a fusion of this deck and this deck. It's the both of them fused. So it has the Shadow, it has the Shadow invoked, and then it has the Herald effect together on top of it. And I've seen some people match it up together with the Maju style. So those do really good at regionals, and they go undefeated. Like they don't even lose a single match. It's pretty broken. And again, they don't play any hand traps, just like I've been telling you. So the moment you remove the hand trap, the deck goes up in power and speed, and you don't brick anymore. So, but remember what I told you, there's a big difference between playing cards you like and cards that actually win. Cards that you like suck. Cards that you don't like are the cards that win. Because remember, what's popular is what sucks. That's why there's so many poor people. What's rare is the rich, the successful. And this transitions to everything that exists, including Yu-Gi-Oh! This is why only a handful of people know how to play Dark Magician. Only the ones that do good at regionals. It makes perfect sense after that. And then at the very last of the tier, even though I know there's a lot of different types of Dark Magician styles, I just wanted to cover the main one that everyone is playing. The last one is the formats that I create. My formats, the Julfur 9211 formats. So these formats, they're made, as you already seen the video, they're made to have like over 150 different types of combos, ways in and out of everything. They're like a tier 1 style. When I play the deck, because I know how to play it correctly, the deck actually operates like a tier 0. It's able to go through a max of 8 negations, but it does generally like easy 3 to 4 negations per turn, like consistent. And even if the deck is not consistent, it can switch to different combos. It can switch to defense. And I've dueled some tier 0 decks. To me, tier 0s of 4 negations per turn, including your first hand. That means it only leaves 1 or 2 cards live. That's it. And then on top of that, those decks are undefeated, like they've never lost. And these decks that I make, they're able to kill them all easy. It's not like it's a struggle. They just murder them. So in the way that it plays, my styles, they're definitely tier 0 styles, because that's what you see at the regionals. That's what you see at the nationals. And if you have any doubts, those are the decks that come to duel me, the nationals and the regional profiles, and I kill them like nothing. So this is the format. So if you look at people that play this deck right here, the Maju, if you go into their channel, you'll find out that they're able to easily go against 4 negations per turn and win. And then the Herald does the same thing. It's able to go to 4 to 5 negations against it and win, and that's why they do so good. And then this one, the Invoke Dark Mission, this one's able to go around 2 to 3 consistent. So that's why they do good at locals, usually hitting second place for people who know how to play them, like myself. And there's been a few people that played it. And then this one also for the Dark Magician, Shadow Invoke. Sometimes I've seen them play light hand traps, like maybe 1 or 2 Ash or the 2 Veiler, and it works fine. Even in the format where I play the Invoked, I've seen some Veilers and it does good, because you need a light. If they're not just hand traps, you're using multiple things, or if they're able to enter into a Baron de Fleur. So yeah, if you find these decks, you can go. A good example is to come to see this one from me. You can come to see this one in my channel. And to be honest with you, it operates, what the heck? It operates like a tier 0, but it's actually a tier 1 style. So that pretty much covers the tiers. So let me know in the comment section below what type you play. If you play the Maju version, if you play the Herald version, or if you play the Julfur 92 specials, or if you play the Invoke Shadow Dark Magician, or the Dogmatica, or if you play the Dark Magician Invoke. And then in the bottom is the trash if you play the hand trap versions or the branded. The branded, I'm going to bring the branded. You guys are gonna thank me later, because I'm gonna bring the branded up. I'm gonna make it powerful. I'm gonna bring it up so we can leave the trash Dark Mission in the back by itself. So we're gonna put it back here again, but basically, if you doubt me, don't take my word for it. Go look at the favorite YouTubers like Matt You have Matt Lowe's friend. He plays this version here with Solemn Judgment and Strike. Um, so he's the one that loves the Eldritch. So he's a good Dark Mission player as well, to be honest. And then this one's from Dark Paladin 19 and me. And then this one's for the module. They're for the regionals. And then the, what's it called? The Herald as well. And then you already know where this comes from. This comes from my channel, my profiles. They can also take 4 to 5 negations. Basically, there's no deck that you can think of that exists that gives me a problem. Even the deck that everyone's scared of, I kill it like it's nothing, like it's trash. And then this one, the one with the hand traps, this one's everybody else's channel. Like Loza and usually most of his followers, they play that style. And they never win. And you know what? Don't take it from me. Listen to their mouth. Like, listen to the words. They themselves say that their deck is trash. So you should believe them. If they're telling you their deck is trash, it's because it is. And then the Branded Dark Magician as well. Same thing. It's trash, but only because they got their hands on it. They don't know how to play Dark Nation. They're trying to play Branded. They don't know. So, my version, like I want to put this as mine. I want to put it here because I'm able to draw 50% of my deck with this Dark Mission Branded, and on top of that, play Branded. So I want to figure out a way to play it together with different engines, like a Dark Magician, Invoke Branded, something like that. That's what I want to try to play. Hopefully I can get it to where the engines play together smoothly. And to be honest with you, there's already a Branded Eldritch Shaddoll Dogmatica, in case you didn't know, and they're broken, but those are non-Dark Magician, right? So that's why I didn't include it. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, or you like this tier list, or you'd like to appear in the tier list, let me know in the comment section below, or any ideas that you may have. Hopefully this was useful. Hopefully you understood what it was about. I know you've never heard of this, you've never seen this in your life, but you heard it here first on my channel. This isn't the first time that I made videos like this. I just put everyone on the spot. I'm not trying to make friends. I'm just trying to spit the truth, and that's it. So if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. And remember, I'm going to end up making a tier deck for the individual duelist, like an individual person. So if you want to make it to the tier list, make sure that on your channel you have proof that you're able to go through 2 negations, because almost nobody is able to do that. I'm being serious. Like, you see their channels and they've been teaching Dark Mission for 4 years and they've taught nothing because nobody can even go past 2 negations. They're like jibber jabbering about a bunch of stuff that are meaningless and don't mean nothing. You just tell them real quick, can you go through 2 negations? And they disappear, they ghost you. But can you beat Mystic Mind deck? No response. Have you ever beaten any of the first place regionals, first place nationals? Blank. They don't know how to speak English. Strange. But yeah, a lot of the people, they're so afraid of me, they ignore me. They don't even want to respond because they know I'm going to crush them. So yeah, with that, the video's gone long enough, you guys. Hopefully you liked it. Let me know if you want me to continue doing tier style videos. And like I said, the upcoming one will be the tier for individual players. Basically, if you have a YouTube, you can be included. So I'm going to make a tier list and put it like this. So it's going to be pretty fun. So let me know, comment section below, what you think, if you think it's good, any suggestions, any concerns, any questions. Catch you on the next one. Dark Magic Attack.